Hello, I am Josh, and I am at Cutie Con here with Kimlin Tran. Kimlin,
Hi, everybody.
it's what has been new? What's been new, and how have you been since the last time we saw you at Candlelight Gardens last fall?
It's been crazy. I got to be in a whole bunch of video games, including Heroes of New Earth, and a few more that I will explicate upon later on, especially.
Nice. With a couple more of the My Little Pony conventions under your belt, how's the community been at these conventions lately?
I love them. Oh my gosh. What I really like about the Brony community, aside from their outgoing, very friendly, and generous nature, I like how artistic they are, especially in the cosplay and in the dealers' rooms and artist alleys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's sort of like I love hanging there the most because instead of just basically instead of people just running out into the stores and getting what's there, they just decide to just make new stuff, make their own stuff that it just blows my mind the stuff they can make, and I just want them all. I do.
We've pretty much been asking this question to anyone we're interviewing. There's the new My Little Pony, new My Little Pony series. It's been kind of branching out to all ages and a lot of different demographics. Why do you think that is?
I have two theories as to why. One of them is probably because of probably due to the success of the TV show, not the TV show, but the doll series Monster High by Mattel, and that's probably why they chose the aesthetic choice of humanoids. But I think it's because it's kind of funny how how everybody became the peripheral audience for My Little Pony when it was just marketed towards the younger audience, and because they stuck to the original audience, they didn't quite have as many stories to tell. So that's probably I feel their general motivation to go a little older so they can try exploring new avenues, so to speak.
And the specific demographic of bronies. What do you think of bronies?
Oh my gosh, I did mention that they do make the kind of things that aren't already out there. So they explore so many different genres. Like, I haven't quite read about the grimdark stuff, but I've seen it around, that's for sure. And for instance, about the whole grimdark thing, I have played some sort of some pony flash game that was on Newgrounds. I think it had to do with cutie marks. So people might know the one I'm talking about if they actually Google it, but that was one idea, and they went with it. And there are a whole bunch of indie games out there, people who just got pulled together and said, you know what, I'm going to make something. And they decided to use the fandom, so to speak, as a safety net. And once they said, you know what, I can do this thing, I can do anything, and they just start doing their own thing.
Gotcha. Tell us about some of your experience when you started out in Newgrounds.
When I was on Newgrounds, I thought it was just another, so to speak, cutting out the middleman, because I do know that for Newgrounds, they often had their animators, their game developers, and whatnot come straight to the Voice Acting Club or the Voice Acting Alliance to hold auditions. But in my case, I just said, you know what, why wait for them? Why not go to them instead? And I just promoted my work there, and what I really liked about Newgrounds was that if they co-authored you, you could pretty much see all of your works all in one place instead of just holding this crazy long list of stuff. You actually saw pictures of maybe your characters, and you can just click and go.
On the topic of more current roles, tell us about the new Main Six.
Ah, yes. What happened to poor Main Six Fighting His Magic is it got the cease and desist from Hasbro. It's sad, but Hasbro needs to protect its property, so that's what it did. However, I did mention that once people understand that, you know what, we can do this, we can do our own thing, what happened was that Main Six, since they were starting from the ground all over again, Lauren Faust actually reached out and said, hey, if you need original characters, I can design some for you. And they've been working together since. I'm really excited to see what those original characters are, as everyone else's are. And it's kind of neat that from there, what happened was that after Skullgirls did their Indiegogo drive, and they actually hit pretty much all of their stretch goals, they were able to give their engine to Main Six. So they're not limited to Fighter Maker or something like that. They have their own engine. They have their own art. If they wanted, they probably could go commercial with it. So yeah, that's to me it's really exciting, and I really hope I still get to be on board. But I'm told that I am.
Fair enough. I hope you are.
Yeah.
Do you have any news from Lab Zero Games?
I do know that if you follow them on Twitter and Facebook and the Salty Cupcake streams, especially the Salty Cupcake streams that happen every Thursday evening, there's always something new. Sometimes they stream their animation and programming work throughout the week just to show, hey, we are very transparent. We are working on this. We aren't just telling you that we're doing it. We're actually doing it, and you can watch us do so. Yeah, I did already mention that they were able to give their engine over to Main 6, so it's like a whole, it's like indie developers helping each other out. And I do know that one of the weirder things to come out of the Skullgirls was because we were just messing around, bringing life to the scripts and whatnot, I accidentally created Robo Fortune. She was a voice pack, but now she's eventually going to become a character in the game. I'm surprised that they wanted to do it, but they really wanted to because of the whole storytelling potential to it, so I'm excited to see why they wanted Robo Fortune of all characters. They said that it's because of the god characters in the game, and whole alternate dimensions and different realities, because as is in the game, each playthrough was a different dimension, so to speak, or a different possibility. So with Robo Fortune possibly coming from another parallel dimension, maybe they can bridge it all together in the actual canon storyline.
That's awesome. How about the title Dust Elysian Tale?
Dust Elysian Tale. Funny story. It's all right. It's actually a funny story behind that no one knew how to pronounce this name right. No one.
It could go either way.
I know. I mean, we saw Elysian, Elijah, Elysian, and I do know at PAX East we actually poked fun at that, and I'm glad I got to play Fidget and do that joke. It recently came out on Steam, which I'm happy for because it's great. I'm so happy that so many people are familiar with this game when it was it still is on the Xbox, but now that it's on Steam, it's reached a wider audience, and lots of people are seeing it for the first time. And I think throughout this con, people have been saying, yeah, I love your work in Dust, and to me, it's one of those characters you can call your own, so I'm really, really happy that it's been getting the positive feedback that it has.
Gotcha. Did you have anything else to say on it? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's totally fine. It's just like I'm just really happy for the success it's getting.
Awesome. Is there any other indie game work any other indie game work in the future for you?
Yes, I do know that I was recently cast as Bliss Barson in Cryomore, and funnily enough, the story behind that is that aside from it's an indie game and held auditions and I happened to get the part, the two main people of the three main people, me and Erica Mendez, she got cast as the main Esmeralda. She got cast as the main character. She's usually known in the Brony community as the fanon voice, or not fanon, but more like the fan voice for Rainbow Dash. Me for Rarity. What happened is that we got cast for our pony voices because she used Rainbow Dash as an idea, like a mold for her character, and she got cast for that. And my character happened to be a fashionista, and I was like, oh, whoops, I guess that's Rarity, huh? And it's pretty much a lot of the Rarity voice has been given a new form. I just have to make it a whole new character.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Any other upcoming titles or projects you want to talk about besides that one?
Yes, I do, actually. Let's see. For the ones that, other titles that I'm working on that I didn't already mention last time, I feel so bad that they aren't immediately coming to mind. Those developers are going to punch me when I am sorry. I'm so sorry. But I do know that I would say that this is the first time I get to show something off, actually, because aside from voice acting, I have been doing casting for a few games. Like for the PlayStation Vita, I cast for Haunt the House. I also voiced a little ghost in that, so it was really fun casting a whole bunch of voice talents to voice all the little ghosts. There are hardly any words in that thing, but so it gave a lot of freedom to just communicate with nonverbal oohs, boos, and stuff like that. And I already did casting and also voiced Emma in Galactic Fantasy Prelude. You can find that in the iStore. But another game I'm currently working on right now, there's a working title, so I can't really give a title, but it's something to look out for that I am working on something right now, and I'll also have some degree of involvement in the actual story. So, for instance, this is one of the characters, Audrey. Yeah, she's very cute and sweet. Unfortunately, I couldn't really get a picture of the main character, but it gives you an idea that, yeah, it's being worked on. It's not just a pipe dream. It's been worked on since last year, and I just feel that we're far enough along to say, yeah, you can tell people that you're working on it. It's hard to hide at this point. You've been working on it. It's been several months.
All right. Finally, is there any way on the internet that fans can keep in touch with you, message you, or have any updates from you?
Yes, on Tumblr they can see me drawing because I love drawing. They can see me doodle random things on my Tumblr, which is I wonder, is it like nilmic.tumblr.com? I just know that I'm on Tumblr. You can also use Nilmic or Kimlin Tran and probably find me on Facebook, where oh goodness, some people have joked that it's just me 24/7, so I share everything I find. So that sounds horrible, but at the same time, I'm technically working whenever I'm posting up, of all things, trivia about stars of all things, or jungles, or crazy faraway places. I share lots of the resources I find for art-wise and writing, game development and stuff, just because I'm still learning as I'm doing it. So I feel like, hey, since I'm learning, it wouldn't hurt to help other people who are learning as well, so I share those things. Right. And of course, cute animal videos, just because everyone needs those.
Honestly, like cute animal videos, it turns a bad day into a good day.
Exactly. Everyone needs more of those.
I did notice you didn't mention a Twitter. Do you have a Twitter?
Not yet. Everyone keeps bashing me, saying, "Kimlin, just make a Twitter already." And I'm almost scared too, but I probably should. Maybe I will.
In the future. Yes. Anyways, that's it for today. For right now, anyways. My name's Josh. Thank you, Kimlin. Awesome interviewing you.
Likewise. Thank you for interviewing me.
No problem. See you next time.